Fake news here reporting. Can you please state your name and profession?
Hi, my name is Jaime Oñate, and I'm the school psychologist for Columbine High School.
Can you tell me a little bit more about the tragedy that has occurred?
Yes, from what I know, today is April 20th, 1999. There are 13 individuals dead, and two including the perpetrators. 12 students died and one teacher, as far as I'm aware, and 24 non-deadly injuries, non-fatal injuries, as far as I know.
Mr. Onate, can you tell me a little bit more about the perpetrators? Did you know them personally?
I did not know them personally, but I had heard about them. From what I had heard, they were bullied, picked on, they were isolated, and they were into video games and some would say violent movies. This is very tragic what's happened today. It's the first of its kind. It's going to be hard to deal with the crisis and to help get the students through this. But I'm sure with the help of all the educators, we'll find a way.
Fake news reporting. I'm here with Mr. Oñate. It has been a year since the Columbine shooting. What are some of the things that have occurred since the tragedy in terms of education, interventions? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Hi. Yes, I can. A lot has happened since the tragedy a year ago. I've written some in my notes, if it's okay, I can use. So schools across the United States have initiated new security measures, as see-through backpacks, metal detectors, and security guards since the shooting, the first of its kind. There's also been a renewed interest in anti-bullying policies because of what has been heard about the Dylan Eric. Then particularly also, this has even changed how police approach such events, where they had approached events where shooters, they would think they would be taking people hostages. With these type of events, they know that the shooters are there just to kill and not take hostages. This has also set up their shooting has set up a blueprint for future shootings, and which I think will increase as we see time go by. Thank you.
It's been almost 20 years since the tragedy at Columbine. What are some of the things you have learned from this tragedy?
As a school psychologist, I've learned a lot since that time. I was only 1 year into my job. One fact that I found interesting were that 17 attacks and 36 alleged plots have been tied back to that shooting. So it really was, as I said long ago, a blueprint for people to follow for mass shootings in schools. It kind of brought it to the national attention. It was the first of its kind. Culturally, the event was very impactful, with a lot of lawmakers pointing fingers at that time, and nothing has changed since. Video games, music, just different things people can point at, and we're still in the same spot. We don't know what to do. Some people say guns. We don't know. One thing that we found out that happened at that shooting was a lot of students had PTSD because of the event. And because of that, a lot of them needed therapy and different crisis interventions. So now, since then, what has changed is we have active shooter drills, which we didn't have 20 years ago. We have crisis response teams to deal with the aftermath of such events. And I feel much more planning has gone into such cases than ever before, which is a good thing and something we need as this continues to increase. As school psychologist, I've seen my role only increase as we become part of the developing and implementing such plans. It's a crucial part of our roles as school psychologists because not a lot of other educators have the same training. I think education will rely more on us as I said, as these situations continue to go on. Sadly, I feel there won't be a time when there won't be a need for us to be part of crisis interventions. Thank you.